Is the situation a function of the town's yearly population as a function of the year? So this would happen if for some reason you had a repeat of the year and then the populations were different. Now it's yearly population, so we're not looking at like the year and the month, okay? Not, I guess that probably wouldn't even matter. But this one we would say is a function because once you get the population for the year, that's the population. Okay, so like for this year, 2022, you wouldn't expect the population to show one thing and then something different. What about a person's income is a function of their place of residence? So on this one, well, I'm going to specify on this one. A person's income, that's the output, right? On this one, the person's income is the output or the Y, and then their place of residence is the X. So if you see a place of residence, would you expect the income to be different? I guess not if you just looked at one specific time, okay? Because this one I would say is also a function. A person's income. Now you may say, well, there may be more than two people that live there that have different incomes. That's true, but we're looking at one individual person's, not persons'. The number of kilometers ridden is a function of the average rate of travel. And again, this is saying that your output is the distance and the input is the average rate of travel. So is it possible to have an average rate of travel? Let's just make up one. Like I'm going to go 100 miles per hour because it feels good. I shouldn't admit that on video, but input. If I go 100 miles per hour, is it maybe I should say kilometers, but miles per hour, is it possible to travel different kilometers, different distances?
No.
So I may be making more difficult than it needs to be. And they kind of jacked it up with the kilometers, but is it possible for me to travel going 100 miles per hour? Is it possible that I could just go maybe 100 kilometers? Now let's think that I could, right? I could just stop. I could just stop
Oh.
at 100 kilometers, right? So I could say 100 miles per hour, and then I would drive 100 kilometers, I guess. But could I stop at 50 as well? Driving 100 kilometers per hour or miles per hour, could I stop at 50 kilometers? The answer is yes, I could. But now we have an input that gives us two different outputs. And so this one right here is not a function.